So welcome to another exciting episode with your host Moon25. That's me, guys. That's me. I'm Moon25. Welcome back to another epic little video for you guys to enjoy. This is a little bit of a, I guess, a rant video because, as you guys know, I am a vapor and we are coming under attack. So, as I'm suggesting in this video, we are, as the vaping nation, becoming affected by vaping made up law that doesn't actually exist, that they're just making up in order to hit the vapors hard, because obviously they try to treat us the same as those who smoke normal cigarettes. Vaping is nothing like cigarettes. So I'm just going to start this off by reading out a couple of new things that those of you guys who are within the vaping community, who want to know about what's being changed and what's going to be happening, to have some insight into what we can expect from this new vaping law. Where should we begin? We'll begin with where the new law lies. So the first one is to restrict e-cigarette tanks to a capacity of no more than 2 mil. Now, I know that a lot of there are various size tanks available for e-cigarettes, but I would say a very high volume of people who vape use the 1.6 mil tank, which is what I use. I've got the I don't know if you see that on camera, but that's a 1.6 mil tank. So the first law is kind of already there, to be honest. There's a lot of tanks, a very high volume of tanks are under 2 mil already. It's just some of the box vapes have got massive tanks, but that's because they're a box vape. Also, there's going to be a brand new restriction on the maximum of e-liquids for sale in one refill container to 10 mils. So they basically want to, I'll give you an example. So this is the e-liquid that I use from Vape 88. As you can clearly see there, it's a 10 mil e-liquid. So this is already 10 mil. I mean, I know you can get the e-liquids in much bigger containers. You can get them in like those massive bottles and stuff. So again, law number 2, not really much of a big issue here. It's still okay. Restriction number 3 is e-liquids to contain strengths of no more than 20 milligrams per milliliters. So let's have a look at this again. This is again my blueberry flavored e-liquid. It's only got 11 milligrams of the nicotine for this 10 mil. So again, not really a big issue. I tell you, they make these laws up. Also, require nicotine containing products or their packaging to be child resistant and tamper evident. So let's again bring out my blueberry flavored e-liquid. This is child proof. You can't open it unless you're adult. You got to press down, you got to twist and twist for it to come off. Otherwise you can't do it. Once you lock it into place, you turn that sucker all you want, it ain't coming off. Again, another law makes no sense. Also, ban certain ingredients including colorings, caffeine and taurine. With the coloring, so obviously they don't want us to have colored liquids. Like, for example, I've got 2 different colored flavors here. One is Morello cherry and the other one is fresh blueberry, and you can tell like the 2 different. There's not really much of a difference in color. One's like a little bit this one's completely clear, and this one's like a little tinge of yellow in it. I have got another one which is like tutti frutti flavor, which is I have 2 grades. I have one which is like this color. The actual liquid is like a yellow, proper yellow color. So again, what really are they going to achieve? It's just going to be clear liquids. Who gives a crap? No one really cares about the color of the liquid. Include new labeling requirements and warnings. Well, this has enough labeling requirements and warnings on it. It's got on it: caution, harmful if swallowed, harmful in contact with skin, keep out of reach of children, wash hands thoroughly after handling. And then it even gives you guidance: if swallowed, call a poison center or doctor, physician. If you feel unwell, rinse mouth, wear protective gloves. If on skin, wash with plenty of soap and water, and that's it. And then it's just got storage, obviously. what other warning could there be? It's not like they can say like they do with cigarettes, where it's killing your lungs, or it's, you know, giving you cancer, or it's giving you some other health problem. You know, it isn't the same thing. Also, require e-cigarettes and e-liquids be notified to health regulators before they can be sold. So again, they haven't got, this is the thing, you see. I used to be a smoker, and I used to hate being a smoker, and I smoked for a very long time, like at least 10 years, I think, maybe less, I'm not sure, but around 10, we'll benchmark it at 10 years. And so many times I tried to quit, and I just kept smoking, and then I stop, and then I go back on it again. I'll go to some party, or someone's birthday, or New Year's, or some rubbish, straight back on to the cigarettes again. This is the only thing that I found that got me off cigarettes. For nearly 3 years now straight, I think 3 years or 4 years straight, I have been cigarette free. I even see people who smoke, and it doesn't tempt me to smoke. I am like disgusted by the smell of people smoking. The thing is, they haven't got enough information about the health aspects of e-cigarettes, and I understand that it causes people to go into like an area where they're not really quite sure of whether to take this thing as a health hazard or whether not to take it as a health hazard. The only thing that this thing can do to you is the fact that it still contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive substance, and nicotine as a substance, the chemical that it creates, is already present in your body anyway, but it just gives you that extra buzz, which is why it's addictive. But bearing in mind, e-liquids is the first kind of liquid, or vaping, should I say. Vaping is the first kind of smoking, I guess, device where you can get nicotine-free liquids. That means all you're burning is flavored liquid, which turns into a vape. So what's the harm in that exactly? Nobody knows. One thing I can vouch for though, with hand on the heart, is ever since I started vaping, I can exercise the same as I used to exercise before I smoked, because I know how it was when I used to go to the gym and I used to be a smoker. It was hard work. I used to huff and puff through just doing simple exercises, and I couldn't run for long distances, I couldn't swim for long distances before I'd run out of breath, or I couldn't get enough oxygen in my lungs to actually help me continue my whatever exercise I was doing. But ever since I started vaping, I feel my body has gone back to what it used to be like, with being able to take endurance. So like now I can run, I can take really deep breaths, and like I can swim for a long time, and I don't feel that fatigue that I used to feel, or that out of breathness, or that shortening of breath that I used to feel when I used to smoke. I can already vouch as a vapist, as a vapor, as a vaping king, that this stuff can't be that bad for you if it got me off smoking. The reason I had to bring all these laws in with the vaping is because of the tobacco companies, because they are being hit hardcore, because they're going to have the new legislation within the UK is they're going to ban packs of 10 cigarettes and phasing out menthol brands and putting more graphic images on the packaging of cigarettes, which has not deterred smokers from smoking. If you're going to smoke, you're going to smoke, irrespective if you see someone dying, if you see someone's lungs, if you see someone's intestines inside out. It will not change anything. People will smoke because they want to. They, you know, it's the same thing with alcohol. You don't see them putting pictures of someone's liver or something on a wine bottle, because they want you to drink, because the drink is also a killing substance. I mean, how many deaths have happened so far through e-cigarettes? 0. How many have happened with smoking? I think the last time I checked in the UK was 34,000 people died from smoking in this year alone. And from freaking alcohol, I think it was like 88,000. There is no evidence. There is no evidence except for speculation that vaping is bad for you. And even secondary vaping, whether that's even anything, I mean, secondary vaping is carbon monoxide, because once this vape goes into once this liquid turns into a vape, it's literally carbon monoxide that you're breathing back out. It's not like tobacco smoke where you're inhaling tobacco and exhaling carbon monoxide mixed with that tobacco, which is the same thing that goes into your lungs. It's not like that with vaping. It's a different method of burning liquid, because the tobacco companies are losing billions and billions of pounds because of the invention of this device. Because of this device, they can't make no more money from those who choose to go down the vaping route. A lot of people who have chosen to go down the vaping route don't smoke anymore. And I mean, the thing is, if you're somebody who's never smoked before and you vape, you're an idiot. That's what I'm going to say. You're stupid. Because the whole point of this, I think, was invented for those people who smoke and want to get off smoking without harming themselves and still get the same buzz as if they were smoking. And that's exactly what it does. This is exactly what this does. But for those people who've never smoked in their life and then think, oh, this is really cool, I just want to do it because it's cool. Just how smoking is cool, it's dumb. And just like how vaping is cool, it's also dumb. But it's just for those people who are smoking. I mean, eventually, I want to get to the point where I don't even need to use this, and I can actually completely say I'm a non-smoker completely. Like, I don't do nothing. And that is the whole point of this creation. But the thing is, if you've never smoked, don't vape. Just stay away. It's not meant for that purpose. It's not designed that way. And even within this new thing, that the new rules that are going to be coming into play, they can't put this law on disposable e-cigarettes that do not contain nicotine and 0% nicotine e-liquids, which is really fascinating that they are not going to be targeting that. They cannot target 0 nicotine e-liquids. So you could still buy the e-liquids, like they were saying, like you can get e-liquids like in this kind of size bottle, and basically they're saying that you can still buy that size container of e-liquid if it's got 0 nicotine. So again, you see, like, it just goes to show you that they have no idea as to what liquids are doing, what vaping does, or anything. So on that note, I would just like to say, Vape Nation, keep on vaping. And from your boy T4, peace out.